Every single day, right beneath our feet, thousands of engineers and massive machines are literally reshaping Chennai. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking you behind those heavy construction barriers you see everywhere. We're looking at a mega project that is physically transforming the landscape of one of India's most bustling metropolises. But, as the barricades stay up year after year, it's totally natural to wonder what exactly is going on out of sight.
If you live in Chennai, you've definitely felt the traffic diversions. And you're probably asking yourself the burning questions, has this massive project actually fallen behind? And honestly, when on earth is it finally going to open? We all see the cranes and hear the machinery, but how much has actually been completed? Well, let's dive into this and clear up the confusion. We're going to break down the exact progress, look at the cutting-edge technology they're deploying, and map out the real opening timelines. All right. Here's the roadmap for our explainers today. We'll quickly cover the massive scale of the project, check out the current progress, dive into the new driverless tech, and finally, look at those opening timelines.
Kicking things off with Section 1, a project on a massive scale. Let's talk numbers. 63,246 crore rupees. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't just a simple road patching job or a routine upgrade. This is a staggering financial investment powering one of the biggest urban infrastructure programs happening anywhere in India right now. Pulling this off takes an incredible amount of coordination, funding, and serious engineering prowess.
So what exactly is that mountain of money buying the city? Phase 2 is delivering a mind-boggling 118.9 kilometers of brand new metro lines. We're talking 128 new stations spread across 3 entirely new corridors. And the really crazy part about this, they are building these huge elevated viaducts and excavating deep underground sections all over the city at the exact same time. Moving on to Section 2, building beneath a living city.
A lot of Phase 2 runs directly under some of Chennai's oldest and most congested roads. Instead of tearing up the streets and bringing the surface to a complete standstill, engineers are using tunnel boring machines, or TBMs. Think of these as giant underground factories. They excavate the earth and actually install precast concrete tunnel segments as they inch forward. It's brilliant because it keeps the surface chaos to a minimum. Meanwhile, right above ground, heavy launching girders are piecing together elevated viaducts over the existing traffic. Which brings us to Section 3, current construction and progress. The sheer scale of what's happening concurrently is absolutely wild. Officially, work is blazing ahead on all 3 corridors. The elevated viaducts are super advanced now, and get this, multiple stations are already structurally complete. They're actually laying tracks on finished viaduct sections right as we speak. Depots are going up, and all those essential systems, signaling, traction power, station fit-outs, they're all happening in tandem with the heavy civil work. And guys, this brings us to a massive, tangible milestone. The very first Phase 2 trial runs have already kicked off on the Poonamali to Mullattatam stretch, and they've even extended testing towards Porur. This isn't just some vague update on a spreadsheet. This is the official start of the operational testing phase. Trains are literally moving on the tracks. Let's look at Section 4, Chennai's new driverless metro. The trains that will be running on Phase 2, they are a total game changer. We're talking UTO, which stands for Unattended Train Operation. These are next-generation, fully driverless trains running on an incredibly advanced system called Communication-Based Train Control, or CBTC. Major players like Alstom and BML already have the contracts and are building these futuristic train sets for the city right now. Now, why should you, as a commuter, actually care about driverless tech? Well, because these trains are constantly talking to a central network, they can run closer together safely. That means higher service frequency, so way less waiting around on the platform. It guarantees incredibly precise train spacing, boosts overall efficiency, and honestly, it's significantly safer because it completely removes human error from the driving equation. It translates to a phenomenally better commute. Next up, Section 5, the big one. When will it open? The key thing to understand here is that Chennai Metro Rail Limited isn't just waiting for all 118 kilometers to be perfectly finished before they let you on board. They're taking a phased approach. Step 1 is to finish individual sections independently. Step 2 is getting all the final safety approvals. And Step 3 is launching passenger services in phases. That Poonamali to Porur stretch we just talked about, that's primed to be one of the very first to open its doors. But, when you're stuck in traffic and you look up and see a finished track with a train sitting on it, it's a totally fair question to ask. If it's ready, why not just start it up today? Why does this final stretch take so long?
Well, it basically boils down to absolute uncompromising safety. Before a single passenger steps foot on a train, the system has to endure months of rigorous testing. They have to do dynamic trial runs, validate those complex driverless signals, run emergency evacuation drills, and double-check the power systems. Finally, the Commissioner of Metro Rail Safety has to do an exhaustive, independent inspection. They literally cannot open the doors until those statutory approvals are stamped and secured. And our final section today, number 6, the city's connected future. Let's look at the bigger picture for a second. Right now, Chennai is choking on road congestion, but Phase 2 is going to massively cut down our reliance on private cars. Disconnected suburbs are finally going to get plugged right into the urban core. Those unpredictable commutes where you're just stuck in gridlock, they're going to be replaced by highly reliable, predictable travel times. And for businesses, it opens up access to a vastly larger mobile workforce. This metro network is literally becoming the strong new backbone for the city's long-term growth. There's this great idea that every major infrastructure project eventually hits a tipping point. People stop asking, why on earth are they building this? And they begin asking, how did we ever manage without it? Chennai Metro Phase 2 is getting really close to that exact moment. The dust, the cranes, the temporary barricades you see today, they're all temporary, but they are laying down a permanent foundation for a city that will move entirely differently for decades to come.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Chennai Metro Phase 2. In our next explainer, we're going to break down exactly how this massive network is going to impact real estate across key hotspots like Porur, Sholanganallur, Sipcot, Madhavaram, and Punamali. But before you go, ask yourself, as these futuristic driverless trains get ready to glide silently beneath the streets, is your neighborhood ready for the transformation? Thanks for joining me today. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next explainer.